I was lucky enough to get an advanced stream of your album.
Ooh.
And I've been listening to it all weekend.
That's amazing.
Oh, awesome.
It's really
Oh, that's what we thought.
Oh, no, it's really good.
Oh, thank you
Best
so much.
years, best
Oh.
song you've ever made.
That's
I'm
really?
34 years old and I cried listening to it.
Oh,
No,
It's a crier.
that's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Like
Ah.
I give you the, I can't sing the melody because it's not out and I don't want people to know. But I was crying in the Uber. I was having a moment at home, my own with the dog. What a beautiful sentiment.
Yeah.
Because part of it is this realization that in the past you haven't treated someone the way that they deserve to be treated, and now you're old enough and wise enough to realize that and go, I want to be the man for you that you deserve that. I'm going to do that. And then it's like looking forward to the future, expecting that you're going to have good
So good.
years.
Yeah. I'm
So
glad-
good.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
love
great
that
wedding
song.
song.
Yeah,
It
we're hoping to break the wedding market with that one.
Move over, Shiro.
Oh,
Thinking out loud.
Luke.
Done.
Shiro.
Shiro.
That
that's
took
what
me
we
a
get.
second. Though. I've been out of Australia
maybe
too
that's
long.
the
Yeah.
song we're doing it.
Maybe that I would let you do that song
that's-
at my wedding. I would
Wow.
let you do that.
Juicy.
Yeah, I'm glad you like the album. That's awesome.
I love the
I like
album.
that song a lot.
I really adore it. It's just beautiful. It's a great album. And we're going to do an album special, and I want to see you before it comes out. So we're going to go through a couple of tracks now.
Awesome.
So best years, obviously, I've already fangirled over it. Who wrote it? What did it start with? What was the first part of that song that dropped into someone's consciousness?
We wrote it with Ryan Tedder from One Republic.
Okay, yeah,
and
that
the-
makes sense.
yeah.
That you would write a gorgeous, beautiful, heavenly melody, emotive, beautiful, nostalgic, but also hopeful track for the future.
Yeah, I think because I feel like we got not stuck is the wrong word, but I feel like we're a little stuck in making a bunch of sad songs. That's kind of how we're feeling, and I don't
Yeah.
know, we're just kind of finding exactly what we want it to be, and that's kind of it was difficult to explain without saying we were pretty sad and dark at the time.
Yeah.
But then this album, I feel like like you said, it was kind of it's a coming of age, and you grow up and you kind of realize to forgive yourself and
Yes.
other people forgive you and all these kind of things. So a few of the songs on the album that you've heard are kind of the lighter side of it and
Yeah.
kind of coming through that, as opposed to being like stuck in your own kind of head about it. If that makes sense.
It
I
makes
don't know.
absolute
Yeah.
sense because sometimes you feel it and you feel the emotion and the weight of it, but it takes some time to get through it to be able to really vocalize what was even happening and what the lesson is.
Yeah, because we've always wanted to be a band that plays to everybody, and I feel like sometimes, or myself especially, I can't speak for everyone, but can get stuck in like, how do I feel? How does this make me feel? And like, this is blah blah blah. And we want to kind of more be a band for everyone to listen to and be like, this is, I don't know, more like an outward experience rather than
great.
always looking inward, like looking
Yeah.
inward and then putting it outward. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and Old Me is another example of that. I think back. I think you're referencing growth. And I think now you're old enough, we're all old enough now to be able to actually look back and go, oh, I've grown up and I've learned some stuff. What are some things, and I don't mean musically, I mean personally as human beings, that you can say and look over the last, nearly 10 years now that you've been making music together. Let's look at the last 5 or 6 years, that you're really proud of the personal growth side of things, that you're just better people because of? And that's a very deep question.
I mean, probably this album, I'd say. I think having the last album with Youngblood and like getting through all of that kind of confusion and then coming out the other side, like the name of the album is, Calm, and it's all our individual names, Calmash and
Oh my
Luke,
gosh.
Michael.
You
Am
didn't
I an
realize
idiot for
that?
not realizing that?
Come on,
Yes.
you're an OG. You
I
should
know,
know
I'm
that.
embarrassed.
OG. So that
Oh,
so that's
right.
that's the meaning behind it, but also represents kind of how we are at the moment. It feels like I don't know.
Cal just got
I'm
it.
just
You and me, bro.
yeah. We definitely feel. I don't know. I feel like we all feel pretty comfortable in this band more than ever.
And there is a real piece about you. Like, I don't know, maybe you're just tired.
No,
But
we're chilling.
Do you feel like, life for you guys has found a place of calm, that you're a bit more settled?
Yeah, I think this name is kind of multi-dimensional in a way. I mean, it's something that has been, existing within our fan base for a long time, and it's our 4th record as well. And it's also, as you say, it's kind of a feeling of how we feel freedom within being in the band for, first time in a long time. So yeah, it's cool.
That's amazing. Because a lot of people, even if they're not in famous bands, I want to say our age, your age, don't have a sense of freedom and be able to do or even know what they want or do what they want. And I think what a blessing that you guys, are still doing this on your own terms.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to experience so much at such a young age, so it gave us the opportunity to kind of still figure it out as we got older. And, with that comes a whole different set of challenges with, growing up and kind of, we spoke about it a ton on the last record, but realizing that there's like individual lives within just one, like 5 Seconds of Summer is one
And
entity
utilizing
of
them.
it. And, I think this record is really like defining that, calm is just like a section of all individuals coming together to do this.
Amen. It's very cool.
Mhm.
A couple of other songs I want to talk about. I love the opening track, Red Desert. That's big and cool and really like what a way to you had to put that as the first track on the album. I think if that song exists, surely you go, oh, this is the opener, boys.
Yeah, we thought so. The top or the end. We couldn't really work it out.
Yeah.
But we love that song, and there's a couple things we're trying to get across in that song. I mean, obviously, it was actually the first song we wrote for Calm.
Cool.
And it's always the way, and we kept going back to it, and it was a confronting song because stylistically it's very, very different to everything else. But I love the way we sound as a vocal group on it, and it's a place I've always wanted to get to with us because we record all those vocals live together, which is a rare thing these days. I mean, I'm not saying we're the only ones that do it, but
Explain for people listening what that means, recording vocals live together.
yeah, so like in the chorus of Red Desert, when this album is out, you'll hear the intro of the song and the chorus is obviously layered with big harmonies, and you might be familiar with bands like Queen that will do it in like Bohemian Rhapsody or something. And they do those harmonies live together in the studio, layer by layer. It's not tuned and it's all live, and it's just layered on top of each other. And that's a skill that I think this band has, and it's one of my favorite values that this band has, that we can record our vocals like that as a group.
So good.
Yeah, but that song's epic. It's about
It's
spiritual.
so cool.
Yeah.
What is it about? Keep going. Tell
Well,
me.
it's about spiritual enlightenment. We've never written about that. We've never written about having a muse. We've never written about chasing the creative trail that we're all on. We've never written about leaving all your self-conscious kind of doubts behind and evolving as a human and becoming bigger than you thought you could ever be, and proud of yourself and owning what you are.
Amen.
That's what that song's about, and we're the only ones that wrote on it as well. And
Really?
I think that's for a pop group. I mean, we're also trying to make a statement like that. We write so much of our music, but other people are always credited for what our songs are because they're incredible songwriters and big names. But this song
those
is
incredible songwriters and big names wouldn't work with dickheads who didn't
no
know what they wanted to say
But,
and have,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
But
so
we definitely felt proud of this one for writing it
Definitely.
as just us.
You should.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Thank you.
People are going to I feel like I know your fans so well because I've been doing this for so long. And I know, they're not the kind of fans that will just like everything you put out because they're 5 Sauce fans, which I think is a great thing.
Yeah, they're pretty
Definitely.
critical.
Yes. So when I heard this, I was like, oh, they're actually going to really, really love this album.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way? Like, that, this is going to really resound with them?
Yeah, we think so. I think we kind of just make, and with this album again, like there's songs like Red Desert, there's songs like Best Years, there's songs like Old Me, and they're all kind of, there's a thread running through them all in this album, but it feels like there's different kind of influences that we've taken from, like whether it's like the Eagles or, I don't know, Zeppelin or Nine Inch Nails, or there's a plethora of like different influences.
And I heard a bit of U2, and I heard a bit of
actually,
1975.
on Best Years, the Edge from U2 plays on it.
Shut up. I
Yeah.
was going to tell you the end of Best Years, it's a very Edge guitar
Yeah,
effect.
yeah.
That's the
He-
actual,
it's actually
the actual
him
Edge.
playing it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need keep remembering that.
Why
so I
would
can
you bring
keep-
this up 14 minutes
Yeah,
into the
sorry.
interview?
Yeah, sorry.
How does one get in contact with the Edge and say, can you please bring
Yeah.
your guitar into a studio and get... What the boys?
Yeah, that's Andrew Watt. He's Andrew Watt did Youngblood with us, and then this whole album, and or pretty much this whole album.
That's the actual Edge.
Yeah.
I thought one of you boys would be like, let's try and get as edgy as we can with this guitar effect.
No, it's actually
Far
him.
out. Did you meet him or did he just go to some studio and send you a track?
He was recording on Ozzy Osbourne's new album.
Yeah.
So it was at the time when guests were coming in. There was Elton John, Tom Morello,
Sheesh.
blah blah blah.
Yeah,
so Tom
Tom-
Morello is playing on
yeah.
Teeth,
Yeah.
and then the Edge is playing on. That's cool.
Imagine
years.
if 8 years ago in this
I know.
studio I was like, "Hey fellas,
I know.
just so you know,
Tom
in a
Morello and
couple
the
of albums,
Edge,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's
like,
cool.
That's good. Do you take that moment and get together and go, boys, fuck,
Yeah, it's crazy.
gosh,
absolutely crazy.
That's
It is
my
cool.
day.
But you know what's better? They actually like doing it.
Great.
Yeah.
Like they're so cool.
Well, they
with,
wouldn't
like,
if they didn't. They don't have to.
Like we didn't have to like give them a big like payday or anything. It was just like they really enjoyed what the band. Maybe their kids like the band or whatever.
yeah.
And it's really that's definitely an even bigger point that they actually wanted to do it just because
So
they
cool.
like the band or like what we stand for or whatever. It's cool.
Boys, it's really great. That's
It
cool.
is,
isn't
it?
I mean, I'm a huge U2 fan, obviously, so I'm very
Yeah.
happy. And the last one I want to talk about is High.
Oh yeah.
That's sick also.
That
I like
song's
that
so
line.
sick.
Today I called to tell you I'm changing, but I don't think you have enough respect to see me try. Oof.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the darker side there.
Yeah. That's a bit like, ugh.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Hmm.
In any way you want to speak to that song, tell me about that song.
Yeah. That's a sad one. I mean, it's about back and forth with someone being wishy-washy
Mm.
and not being able to work yourself out and ending up, damaging the person you care about. Yeah, which sucks, but it's also a kind of narcissistic song as well because it's like I hope you think of me once you find your happiness
Yeah.
as well, and it's kind of it's a bit mean as well.
No, but it's nothing's fair in love and war. I
No.
find, like you can love someone and have a horrendous breakup, and you never you never forget people.
Yeah.
No,
like
no.
But then it's also like it's in the song. It's like talking about even noticing that you're not the good guy, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah.
not. You're making the mistakes, and then you get the songs like Best Years.
yeah. Oh gosh.
Uh-huh.
Oh gosh.
There's
Yeah.
definitely a
See,
thread.
I can realize that I've, like royally not been a great person, but I'll never be able to write a song that make people go, "Oh, I'm glad she went through that." So people will be like, "She was a real shit person."
just the pictures on Instagram. I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boys, I got to let you go because we've talked for far too long already. But I'm so excited for everyone to hear this album.
Thank you
Too.
for the kind words. It's really nice.
all truth.
Thank
I'm
you.
so
Maybe
excited.
best year's biggest fan.
Absolutely.
Number one
I'd say
stan.
maybe.
Absolute number one
Maybe.
stan.
Maybe
I'm going to
should
change
Best
my
year's number
Twitter
one
name
stan.
to how you
Yeah.
always do the smart ass Twitter names.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to make mine
Twitter
number
names,
one
mate.
best year's stan.
I love
be
it.
good.
That's good.
Nice.
CEO
I
of
would-
Best Years.
That's a
Oh,
good
I like
one. That's keeping current
That's
with the
good.
trends.
Yeah, we should make
What
that.
are you currently the CEO of? What was the last one?
Scrabble.
Okay, here we go.
Scrabble.
Okay.
Scrabble.